Good morning. It's 11 a.m. on Saturday. And I just unmuted microphone and camera in Zoom. Whoops. Okay, I have desktop audio muted, so I don't think you guys are hearing that now. That gave me confirmation. Then I'll unmute desktop audio, so you should be able to hear SpeakerBot. And Zoom is not directed through to YouTube yet. All right, Saturday, April 13th, 2024. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good grief, wherever you are in the world.
Hello, Doug.
Hello there, SpeakerBot, whoever that was. John Williams comes in with the first SpeakerBot. 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 Say that 3 times real fast. I double Doug dare you. Just checking on a couple other settings here. That looks good to go. And Chris Garrett. Thank you, Chris Garrett, for the $5 super chat. And back here, let's see. I have timestamped. Oh, so that was between 10:32 and 10:37. Oh, that's interesting. Doesn't give me a timestamp for that actual. All right. So hello, Carl J, Lana Dro, and I saw Jeff Ryman in chat last night, I think, and maybe Ken Stout was also in.
Hello, Doug.
And oh wow, what a sensuous, seductive voice that was. Who gave me that one? It hasn't shown up yet in OBS. I got to go turn off the repeating messages so they don't annoy us. Almost said ignore us. It was Rick Lakes with that soft, sensuous voice. Wow. Okay, Rick. Yeah, you don't get to choose your own voice. That's luck of the draw. Lana Joe's going to watch tonight. Carl J, hello. Greg Guy, 3rd place. I was cutting grass in the backyard. Morning, Doug, 65 degrees in Southern Maryland. And that's me saying hellos. John Williams says he loves the trader, has good rhythm. I will give Lady Gaga a call and let her know that you complimented her on her rhythm. I'm sure she'll be eager to get that compliment. Jonathan, hello, Rick Lakes. Jonathan, Ida's working in the background. People saying hellos to each other. Seldom Ball with the weather report. I got really, really hot tea here. Try a sip. Oop, no, that's way too hot. Jim Tier, if he wasn't running late, it wouldn't be me. DVR 1.5 engaged. That won't take long to catch up. Greg M with a sigh. So let's go say hello to people in Zoom. Let's see, where are I gone to? I'll bring them up visual. Oops. There they are, visually. Now I gotta turn the microphone thing on so people can hear you. Let's go that way. Hello, Mike Wojcik.
Hello, Doug.
How are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. So glad to hear that. I've been wondering about that all morning. So hoping Mike Wojcik will be here to let me know how he's doing today. Okay, Doug. Did you have any topics to bring to the table?
No, not really.
All right. And hello, Josh Kinder.
Hey, Doug, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Should we talk about the email you sent me?
Yeah, I was thinking about opening up a Twitch channel. I tried to do it on my own and completely failed.
Did you watch some videos about how to do it?
No.
Well, I'm going to ask you to start there. And I brought up when I saw your request, I'm going to bring this up on screen. You'll see it on the stream. Just go into YouTube, how to get started on Twitch. And you'll find plenty of videos there giving you the basics. I'd much rather you do that. And then if you're having troubles with it, come back to myself in the community with your questions, do some screenshots or maybe even...
I know you can do it within, I assume that you can do it within OBS.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I don't know it, I don't know it inside and out. I started my Twitch channel a long time ago. I don't remember anything about doing it. And so, yeah, I'll ask you to watch those videos first. And then when you have questions, record what's happening, make a video of what's happening, or send screenshots. And we'd be happy to help you, but I'm not in the market to walk you through it. And I shouldn't do that. Josh, you've been around here long enough that you are growing and capable of figuring things out. So go watch some videos first, all right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you have any other topics to bring to the table, Josh?
No, I went to open up Fortnite this morning and it crashed, so I have a feeling that I'll be doing a restore on the computer because I can't get into Fortnite, but I think I can handle that on my own.
All right. Very good. Coming back to chat. Some hellos there. John Williams, had to reset my wife's desktop this morning. Edge browser was not responding. Was able to save her programs. So what does reset mean? Did you actually do a fresh install of Windows or restore? Or did you use a system restore? What'd you do there, John? And was this only because the Edge browser was not responding? Did you do some troubleshooting on that first? John, if you'd like to come in on Zoom and let us know about it, then send me an email. And here's the email address again, and then let me know in chat that you sent an email, and you can come in and just tell us the story. Well, down here he says it was a fresh install. That seems kind of extreme to go that route just because the Edge browser is not responding. Was there some other reason or complications why you decided to go to that extreme measure? I'm asking you those follow-up questions just so we have something to talk about. If you don't want to go into any deeper, just say so. Costanza the Mage, I recommend Epos Vox. He has a lot of streaming tutorials, including Twitch. Absolutely he does. I have watched a number of his videos. So Josh, there's another piece, how to get started on Twitch, and then put in Epos Vox. Enter, you should be able to easily get to his videos on the subject. So there's your recommendation from Costanza.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Londog says, hang on a moment. Says, Doug, Josh was experiencing like the repetitive screen as though you are broadcasting what you're seeing, so you get that optical effect. Is he saying that's the problem you were having with your Twitch when you were trying to do Twitch? I don't know what you guys call it, but it had some kind of setting that needs to be changed. Well, I'll bring this up. If I go to my monitor number 2, you're going to see the mirroring effect. And if I do it with my picture-in-picture, is that what you're referring to? Mirroring effect isn't a real good name for that, but that's what I think you're referring to there. And that just means what screen you're set on when you're broadcasting. Now, Josh, how many monitors do you have?
1.
All right, that could be. And is that what the trouble was? That you were broadcasting on Twitch, but it wasn't going right?
I did 2 videos. I did one on Twitch and one on Fortnite. I have not got the Twitch screen going yet.
Oh, all right. Sounds like
the one I did on Fortnite Open, because I was supposed to join Dennis in the lobby at 1, and then I got an error message. If you go back on my channel, it was the last stream that I did.
All right. Well, let's go look at your channel. Let's see, where do I have it? Oh, here, probably. Not seeing it there.
I titled it Fortnite Not Working.
Okay, it's what is the name of your channel these days?
Would lead me to my next question if I have to go down it. What restore do I use?
What restore do you use?
Yeah, because there's several of them.
Well, you'd want to use an image restore that was prior to when you had the trouble. But what if that doesn't fix the trouble? Now, you're saying that you want to do a restore simply because Fortnite crashed on you this morning?
Yeah, but it won't. It opened, but it won't do anything else. It crashes when it opens.
Okay, have you restarted the computer?
Yeah.
All right. When it crashes, what does it actually do? The program just closes, or does it give you any kind of an error message?
It's saying something about System 32 Windows.
Well, can you take a picture of that or a screenshot and send it to me?
Yeah.
I'll let you work on that. Let's see. Your channel is Ghetto something or other, right?
Yeah. Ghetto Fortnite.
Ghetto Fortnite. And I think it's got a little bit of a misspelling of Fortnite. If somebody wants to give me a link to his channel, I'd appreciate that. I'm going to go read chat until something else comes up. And then all I was going to do is scan through your last video, see what you're describing. Quick and easy, only took 25 minutes. Edge was corrupted. Yeah, I can see how you might just say that's the easy way to go. Long Dog says mirroring effect is what Josh was having. I'm suspecting that he was broadcasting his actual OBS screen, or maybe the program itself. Can Stout in DVR mode. Hello, let's see. Wintermute, Ghetto's channel. Josh Kinder, Fortnite. Okay, good. Thank you for that. There's lives. We get all these scheduled live streams he's got. Fortnite from 17 minutes ago. Fortnite not work right. I muted the audio. I saw Fortnite there. And then back to an OBS screen, it looks like. Yeah, I think, Josh, the answer to that would be the source that you ought to be using for Fortnite is actually choose a choice in OBS for the game and don't broadcast the actual monitor screen.
Still waiting for the method to come up.
All right. Oh, I see there's an installing message from your video this morning. Well, what I'm seeing from your recording this morning is that it's doing an update that takes a long time. Sometimes the Fortnite updates do take a long time. And then here's Fortnite's up. Go back a little bit, see if I can find the place where it crashes. Bett Moore, are you in the chat room? I sent Bett an email yesterday with some links that I thought might help to get the remote session set up. So the screen just went black in Josh's video from this morning with no error message there. Skipping forward 10 seconds at a time to see what else happens. And then it just ends. Continuing through chat. There are topics on the list if anybody's got a particular topic they want to request. Or we can not do any of those topics and talk about other stuff. If anybody's got questions, issues they're having with their computers, this would be a great time to put it into chat. The setting in OBS, there's I think there is a setting, or there was in the other broadcasting programs I had, where I could change a setting so that I could intentionally show the broadcasting screen or turn it off so it never shows. But from what I saw, the things I saw in there looked intentional. And he was broadcasting Fortnite. I don't think Fortnite...
Yeah, it's not going to do it.
It's not going to do it?
No.
You mean it's going to work? It's working?
Yeah.
All right. I think maybe we've been down this road before, is just try things over again is the first thing to do when you're having trouble. Restart the computer, try the process again, maybe even a few times. Windows has a lot of self-correcting capabilities. So don't give up before you let Windows try to fix things. Lawn Dog saying, Fortnite crashed when you see it go to a black screen, and that time Josh was getting frustrated and attempting repair. Yeah, don't go too quickly to trying to repair it. Just restart. Topics 45673 from Arnold. And then 5 or 6 from Ran Israel. Where do we go here? 45673. What are those? Install Malware Bytes on Baby Beast. Explore ChromeBook laptop. Explore Beelink computer. Deeper into 3 recent scams. Ouch. Okay, I get it, Jim. I got it. I understand that. Four, 5, 6, 7, 3. And Bett Moore. Haven't heard from Bett Moore. I got an email from her and I got a channel comment from her. Don't know if she'll be here today. If we change the fast start function, shutdown not really. Yeah, shutdown's not a shutdown. That's a good point to ask. Josh, when I asked you if you restarted the computer, does that mean that you click the start button and chose shutdown, or does that mean you click the start button and power and chose restart? You're muted.
Number 5, please.
When I restart the computer, I go to the start menu and I hit restart.
Okay, yeah, you can start menu and then either Windows 11 or 10, I think you still have to hit the power button and then choose restart. That is more thorough than the default method that Windows does shutdown and then power on, because by default, Windows will do the fast shutdown. So if you haven't turned that off, that's not sufficient. I've also had situations where restart is not sufficient, full shutdown is not sufficient, but we actually have to unplug the power cable to get a reset of the electronic components in the computer, because the motherboard still receives power in modern computers. So pulling the power plug, You can hold down the power button on the computer after removing the plug to drain the capacitors, or otherwise wait a couple minutes after unplugging the power to dissipate the power that's in the capacitors. That's why we use the restart function, but I would like to see shutdown function be like it is used to be and should be in get rid of the quick start file. Number 5 is requested. Doug gets a cultural reference, inconceivable. Should I explain it to those who did not understand Jim's so-called topic request? Let's turn, or are you just going to say no? If they don't get it, they deserve to not be explained. John Williams is saying no sound. Really? Where are you not getting sound, John? I'm showing sound is going through. Anybody else have a no sound problem? Over the years in the past, I have, well, let's see. Now, John, if John's not hearing, okay, John, everyone else can hear fine. You have the problem. How's that for sign language? Okay, Lawn Dog's continuing on that subject. Let them guess, Jim says. YouTube working's fine, sounds good. By putting that in chat, you guys responding in chat, that lets John know that nobody else has a problem. Why are major courier companies so customer unfriendly with their stupid tracking and one delivery attempt? Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's get on. Get on with it. I got a laugh out of Jim. Yay. Malware Bytes on Baby Beast is perhaps the one I'm most interested in, but the ChromeBook is not going to be with me on Monday. The Beelink is going to be picked up an hour after the show. So I speculated yesterday about how that processor would do with just something simple like watching a video. So let me go set something up here, and we'll at least try that, because that computer is going to be picked up an hour after the show ends today. Where do I go for that? This one, right? Yeah, there it is. And I'll bring that over, turn off studio mode. Excuse me, I still have Task Manager up. This is through the capture device, not through Log Me and Rescue. So if I just go bring up some random video, I don't know, who might be doing a live stream right now? Oh, look at that. It does a suggestion for me. youtube.com/LWTDB. And if we do a /live, if he happens to have a live stream right now, that'll take us straight to his current live stream or his next scheduled live stream. Or a commercial. Because that's not signed in with my YouTube account. It's not called a Prime account, Doug. And then what? Oh, I wanted to see how it plays. Let's do a right click. What's this? We are reimagine cable free. Dismiss that. If you right click on the video and then go stats for nerds, any of you can do this right now on the video that you're watching, and you'll get the stats for nerds. It'll show how your buffer health is and connection speed. And right there we see a problem with the buffer health crashing. Let's maximize that. Let's maximize the video. And so then the stats for nerds is even bigger. And it's doing a mirroring effect. But the main thing to focus on here is the stats for nerds and see how it's going. It tells you, it tells you that I'm broadcasting in ultra low latency. I didn't even realize that. So you can tell what latency level the content creator is using from here. Manifest less. Yeah, whatever that means. Network activity shows the download quantity up here. Connection speed shows the speed of your download connection. That's not like a speed test on your internet connection. That's the connection speed of, you know what? I think it's the connection speed of my OBS, because I'm looking at my bit rate and it's right around that number. It's in the high 9,000s, even into 10,000. So maybe that's your connection speed between you and YouTube. What else do we see in there? See the resolution? Seems to be keeping up all right. Buffer health is showing 1 second. So 1.0 second and drops below 1 second. It's holding pretty steady. How can I put more strain on it? Oh, I know how I can put more strain on it. Watch another video. Put 2 videos on screen at the same time. 2 tabs. How about, oops, got to change the right mouse. So I'm going to right click on the tab for the stream that's running right now and do duplicate tab. So now we have 2 tabs running that live stream. And if I drag down on that tab, that'll separate it into a separate window. And then this first window, I bring it to its medium size. Well, let's do Windows key left arrow to move that one to the left half of the screen. Let go of the Windows key, then I can choose from the open tasks to choose which one's going to be on the right side of the screen. Then I'll do an Alt Tab and click on Task Manager to bring it up as well. Now I can see a lot of busyness. How's that buffer health doing? Look, it went up to 5 seconds. So that computer's doing fine. It's running 2 streams at the same time and it's got 5 seconds of buffer. But this one on the right is not live. The one on the left, oh, it doesn't say live either. All right, so let me click live on the one on the left. This is a Ken Stout trick. And then live on the one on the right and see if they will stay live. Move my mouse back and forth. We see the red dot below the progress bar, the play bar, and they're staying red. Buffer health is showing around 2.5 seconds. So it's keeping up all right. I don't think he's going to have any problem with this computer as long as he understands my instructions about Windows updates. Because if he has the computer off for long periods of time, which I believe he will, when he turns it on after Update Tuesday, it's going to take potentially an hour or 2 before the computer's very responsive. All right, I'm coming back to chat. Ida can hear barely, but that's my neighbor cutting the grass, getting in the way. John Williams says that was weird. Sounds good now. All right. Josh, do you have any news as far as what you were trying to capture for us? Is Fortnite working? You're muted.
Yeah, Fortnite's working.
All right.
Of course, we all know what's going to happen.
Well, after you get off Zoom, then it's not going to work anymore.
Yep.
Are you running Fortnite on the same computer that you're watching the stream and on Zoom with me?
Yep.
All right.
I can only guarantee you $5 when I get off Zoom with you. It's not going to work.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to come back to the topics list. So that was the Beelink computer. Now the Chromebook, I'll go ahead and talk about a little bit because
if you use this PC once a month, turn off the updates.
Well, we can pause the updates. We can't turn them off with Windows 11. So, and they will only stay paused for a certain amount of time. There's a certain number of weeks that you can delay that. Let's go ahead and show that, since Z brought that up. So I can teach him how to go into update settings and into advanced options, and then restart active hours, download updates. Where's the delay? I am on advanced options. Did I go wrong way? Am I just not seeing it? Update policies. Oh, pause updates here. Well, this gives, they're giving the number of weeks there. Okay, what I was expecting to see here is pause for 1 week, and then you have to go to another place to pause longer. 5 weeks is all that it will let you do, and if you wait a few weeks and come back into this menu, for some period of time, I think you can choose 5 weeks again. I'm not sure when they cut that off, but at some point, it's going to go for the updates. Now, really the thing to do, though, is if he only wants to use this computer for his QuickBooks work, he can leave it disconnected from the internet. That'll go longer. He can leave it disconnected from the internet, as far as I know, forever. And Windows 11 may give him some prompts, but I believe it'll keep working. But I think since he is now allowed to connect to the internet, I think he's going to. The prior computer, I told them years ago that it was no longer safe to be on the internet, and they never did connect it. During that time, he just used it for QuickBooks. For a 2013 version of QuickBooks. Now he has a 2021 version of QuickBooks, and it's Windows 11. Well, Doug, I think you just made a suggestion for Microsoft to work on. How about a feature where the computer turns itself on to do updates and shuts down, avoiding what you're describing for? I think they've given us plenty of controls in there already for that. And yeah, I don't think they should be doing that. And there is an option in many BIOSes, I don't know what percentage of them, where you can schedule a computer to turn on at a particular time. And I think turn off also. And then when the computer gets started up, it will just automatically go do updates. So I think that capability is already there. The ChromeBook. Seems like I started talking about this. The ChromeBook, I have not worked on it at all since I picked it up to get it connected to Baby Beast through my remote connection. And my objective on it is to get it in a state where she can connect remotely to her office computer to do work from home. And I've got to get that computer back to them on Monday. I might be showing something on it on Monday morning show. Yeah, I could probably do that because she doesn't need it first thing Monday morning. Maybe I'll be able to show you some stuff on it Monday morning. But I don't think we're ready to go down that road now. The 3 recent scam issues, I don't feel very meh. Malware Bytes on Baby Beast. Now, why, Doug? Why are you interested in doing this? I have made comments here and there of not being a fan of Malware Bytes. And I'm still not really, but I have been asking for people to show me something that Malware Bytes caught that Windows Defender wouldn't. Let me see what Windows Defender would do with it. Then I got the idea, well, why not just try it myself on my own computers? If anybody's computers is going to have some malware in the background that Windows did not prevent, that should show up on my computers rather than my clients' computers, because they're far less adventurous on the internet than I am. So I figured, why not just install it? Now, I used to use Malwarebytes, and particularly back in the days when, what was it called? Crypto ransomware? There a big ransomware that came out that was affecting a lot of computers, and Malwarebytes came up with a utility to run in the background, to keep running in the background, that would prevent that from infecting computers. I did that, and around that time period, I was putting on paid subscriptions of Malwarebytes on clients' computers, but I wound up having unacceptable, well, not unacceptable, but having more problems because it was there than on the computers that did not have it. Crypto ransomware, Costanza, that's kind of a generic term. There was a specific ransomware that had the word crypto in it. I think it had a more specific name than that. That's a generic class of ransomware where they are going to encrypt your data. Let's see, saw that already. Selden, I've had Windows 10 automatically turn out of hibernate in the middle of the night to do updates. I had to turn it off, so he didn't want it doing that. Yes, Doug, after my above statement, I started to ponder the possibilities of what I suggested, but we need something easy and user-friendly. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of an advanced pursuit, I think. On the subject of Malwarebytes, you're making me reflect on my perception of the product based upon things in the past and how it was used versus what Microsoft is doing these days. Sorry about the wording, but I'm starting to ponder Microsoft's ability to control malware and find it, which in the past hasn't been all that great. But this is from the past. Yeah, in the past. Very different story. Windows 7, Windows 95, absolutely did not trust Microsoft as far as I could throw Ken Stout. Doug, why did you choose Ken Stout for that analogy? Well, he's a big boy. I don't think I can throw him very far, even if I use his weight and leverage. Yeah, we pick on each other. In fun, all in fun and jest. But anyway, yeah, I was always using paid third-party products back in the days of Windows 95 for sure, and Windows 7 a little bit less so, but I think mostly still using paid antivirus products, Windows 7. But back in the days of Windows 95, it was commonplace 1 to 3 times a month I would have a virus remediation project for somebody's computer, even when it's protected with paid third-party products. A computer would either get infected or the infection was blocked by a paid third-party product, but it made the computer unusable because they didn't handle it very well. And I had a checklist, a procedure that I would go through. There's this product to download and scan with, this product to download and scan. Well, not download. I have my tools with me, either on on 3.5-inch diskette or on CD or on USB memory sticks once we got to that point. But it would take hours to remediate the problems. And I had many sessions where I called the tech support for those paid products to get their help, and they struggled. They were frustrated. I had times when they said, we have to completely uninstall our product from that computer in order to fix it. It was a freaking nightmare. That hasn't happened ever. It's been years since I've done an actual virus remediation. I don't know that I've ever done one for Windows 10. Kind of scanning through these quickly. Daniel has Malwarebytes. It's not set to constantly run. Just use it to do an extra check on specific downloaded files. Install Malwarebytes, run a scan, see if anything popped up. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing on Baby Beast. And I'm sure it will detect some things that it says are objectionable, but then I'll go look into it. Is it really? Is it something that is really causing me trouble? Hello, Kate Cordius from Texas. CryptoLocker, that was it. Thank you, Daco. That was the name of that specific crypto ransomware. It was called CryptoLocker. Let's see, what do we double click on that? Highlights it, Control C to copy it, new tab. Whoops, I did my Control C on the wrong keyboard. So that wasn't going to work. And then Control V to paste. CryptoLocker, type of malware that encrypts files. They're calling it a type of malware rather than an actual specific one. CryptoLocker ransomware was a cyber attack using CryptoLocker ransomware that occurred from September 13 to May 2014. Trojan that targeted computers running Microsoft Windows. Yeah, I had a client hit with that specific one. All right. Baby Beast. I almost called it baby virus. Let's see. Let's close all of that. Close that. Goodbye, whoever just left Zoom. Josh left. And let's bring that up. Okay, now bring Baby Beast up on screen. Oh, does Carrie have a code for that? Go to one of his recent videos. Here comes Jim. Hello, Jim.
I do.
Let's see, I just pulled up one of Carrie's recent live streams. I don't see anything there for Malware Bytes. I'll try searching for it. That's just somebody in comments, and it wasn't actually the word Malware Bytes. So let's go back into the address bar. Malware. Free download. There's the download. And it says done. And I'll just launch it right from there. Answer yes to user account control. And install. Personal or business? I'm going to use personal. Browse better with Browser Guard. It's free, blocks ad scams, add browser bar. No, I'm going to skip that. I just want to see the basic Malware Bytes. Is there any predictions, speculations in chat? How many objectionable things will Malware Bytes report?
If it finds more than 3, I'll be surprised.
All right. Success. And then open Malware Bytes. Am I on the right mouse? Let's move this one out of the way. I just clicked on open it, right? I think. Don't see anything happening. There it is. It's actually launched. No scan is previously run. So here we go. Welcome to Malware Bytes. Get started. Malware Bytes Premium protects against new threats, blocks apps from suspicious developers, stops adware that annoys you, runs scans automatically. So this implies The free version is not going to run scans automatically, not going to stop adware that annoys me, blocks ads from suspicious developers, not going to do that, not going to protect against new threats 24/7. Maybe later. Really all I'm after here is for it to do a scan. Welcome to your 14-day trial. Email is optional. I'm not going to give them my email address, and just start trial. For the next 14 days, you'll be enjoying all the benefits of Malwarebytes Premium. So go forth and surf, click, watch, or play online. So I am going to get those additional features during the trial period. I think it said that, and I just didn't realize it. Welcome to the new Malwarebytes. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try this. Yeah, I think this camera works better for me when I'm looking over here at Baby Beast. Redesigned to provide more user-centric experience tailored specifically to meet your needs. Trusted advisor. I don't usually read through all this, right? But I am just to get the full experience. Trusted advisor and our new easy-to-read protection score helps you quickly see your security and privacy status. Our industry-leading scanning and active protection now bundled with our next-gen VPN to keep you safer online. Get started. Scanner. Start your first scan. See, your connection is public. Really? Are you talking about my network connection? It should be, it's private. My VPN, oh, just because I'm not using VPN. That's why they're saying it's public, because I'm not using a VPN. All right, so there goes the scan. Okay, Cordius Technology says 80 is his prediction. Londog, does Google scan websites for viruses? I have had my Google Mail block some mail that it detects as, I don't recall what the wording was, whether it was a threat or, I don't think they used the term virus. I'm kind of reading through some chat messages silently to myself without moving my lips. I can actually turn both the cameras on. How about that? Detections 8 so far. Ida says detection probably cookies. Greg M. say Google allows scammers to pay for paid ads, so their results show up on top of search results. I've had a lot of the clients who have called me because they've got one of those Audible fake infection things. They get to it by clicking on the various, not advertisements, but the various stories that's on the ms.com site or the default Edge screen. All right, let's see what we got here. A bunch of puppies. Potentially unwanted program. Not viruses. So these are detections. Threat scan results, 8 detections. Several of them are registry keys. Here's a potentially unwanted file. These are not things that I'm saying, boy, I'm glad I found out about these. There's in a Windows restore row.ini file. It's in the Windows folder. Potentially unwanted registry keys. See if it gives me anything. Yeah, and that's also the restore row. And restore row engine. And what is this one? That's just a class ID. Restore row. Looks like all of this is probably from Restoro. I don't even remember what that is. It sounds vaguely familiar. Local app wizard. And yeah, it's in the, it's in the downloads folder, Restoro.exe. So what is Restoro? And that's all it found. Let's say what is Restoro. PC Optimizer, a third-party repair tool that streamlines computer performance and fixes various errors caused by viruses and malware infections. I don't believe that I would ever have intentionally gone after that. This is on tcpalm.com.
Can we take a look at Restoro?
That was a funny voice. Ran Israel saying, can we take a look at restoro.ini? Sure. It is not an antivirus program, more of an on-demand repair application, similar titles like CC Cleaner. I'm guessing I might have been looking at it in response to somebody's question. I have forgotten more things that I've ever looked into than the average bear. Okay, so it's in the Windows folder. And I'm clicking on any item in there and pressing the letter R. R is not a word, Doug. Here's restoro.ini. You can double click on it. That's going to open it into Notepad. It's got a session ID, ISU ID, minor session, nothing much of significance here. Is there a program folder? Go to program files, click on any folder there, type the letter R. Not there. Not in program files 86. I think if the program was actually installed anywhere, Bytes would certainly have objected to it and told me about that. How about, let's see, in the downloads folder, go take a look at it there.
Maybe installed in the user profile like Zoom?
Yeah, there are other ways that it could be installed. But again, Bytes didn't give any report like that. Okay, so here it is in the downloads folder. See, what I'm thinking here is, how about just take the name of that and go to oh, come on, what's the name of that antivirus site that is VirusTotal? Reports on whether it's reported on other antivirus products. File, choose file. Oh, it actually lets me browse through files. Okay, go to downloads and then Restoro. Let's sort these by name. Try RES. There. And open that. Now I'm not actually opening it, I'm just selecting that name for VirusTotal to look at it. CrowdStrike Falcon. This is giving an actual infection name, malicious. Re-image repair, potentially unwanted. That one Malwarebytes reports it as a pup. A lot of the detection engines don't object to it. Popular threat labeled adware. Well, it makes sense. It's probably a free product that makes their money by trying to get you to buy stuff. Let's come over to restoro.com. Is that what it was? No, what was it? Oops. Okay. Yeah. Do they actually have a website? There it is. Activate trial. Verify your email to activate. To even go to their website. No, thank you. I'm not going to tell you who I am. Softonic has a download for them. Probably gone far enough down this road. Yeah, to even go look at this on Softonic, it looks like I have to agree to their terms to even get in there and look at it. Protect and repair your computer. Threats like viruses. This all-in-one tool protects and optimizes PC performance and tries to sell you a bunch of other stuff. So that's far enough. And I'd have to say Malwarebytes did not impress me as, well, not that Malwarebytes did not impress me, but that I don't see any reason to go there. Windows Defender hasn't told me about that, but it's not actually any kind of an active infection. It's just a file that was sitting on my computer. Svi Minor gives us Malwarebytes link, I think, on that topic. Removal instructions for Restoro. What is it? Has determined that Restoro is a system optimizer. These so-called system optimizers use intentional false positives to convince users their systems have problems. Then they try to sell you their software claiming it will remove these problems. Yeah. Meh, no biggie. What I'm saying no biggie is no biggie that was on my computer and Windows Defender hasn't told me about it. Now, what if I actually run an intentional Windows Defender scan and installing Malwarebytes? What impact did that have on Windows Defender on Baby Beast? There's the Windows Defender icon in the system tray. Virus and threat protection. Malwarebytes. So yeah, Malwarebytes has taken over that role from Windows Defender. And this is where we see that. Microsoft Defender, antivirus options, periodic scanning. You can keep using your current provider and have Microsoft Defender antivirus periodically check for threats. If I turn that on, what I was just looking for here is a way to intentionally tell Windows Defender to run a scan. Scan options. Quick scan, full scan. All right, so I'm going to start a full scan with Microsoft Defender and see if it reports that file. Hello to Alex Cheek in Zoom.
Hello, Doug. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
It occurs to me, Jim, I didn't ask if you had any topics to bring to the table.
No, not particularly. I did go look back on the video I put up, and the funny part about it was I hadn't even noticed that the upgrade for Windows 11 did resize the recovery partition on its own.
Oh,
When I started to do the process, there's a point in the video where I showed that the recovery partition was 530 megabytes.
yeah.
And then after the upgrade, I went looking at Disk Manager again to show people that it was still an MBR system. And I hadn't noticed it changed the size. Now the new recovery partition is 781 megabytes.
Yeah.
So it resized it all by itself.
Interesting. That's the one that I saw. When I saw that 780, that's what I was saying when I said it was really large. And I did not catch the earlier size. So, yeah, interesting.
When you asked that question, I went back and I looked and I'm like, son of a... it did it all by itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that was taking an existing Windows 10 and on Windows 11 unsupported hardware, and you did an in-place upgrade, and it increased the size. Interesting.
Yeah, when you had asked the question and I had responded, I guess it was that Monday or whatever after I had posted it, that I had not done anything to it. And I sat there and I'm like, 2 days later, I'm like, I really should take a look just to make sure. Why did he mention that? And I go and I look, and sure enough, before upgrade, 530. After upgrade, 781.
Hey, Doug, I gotta go here.
Okay.
So, okay, then I'll catch you Monday's stream.
All right. Very good.
See
Thanks
you
for
later.
hanging out. All right.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to give another peek to what's the progress on Baby Beast. Estimated time remaining 57 minutes, although that is not counting down 1 second at a time.
No.
It just increased.
Yes, that's the problem. Is the time keeps changing all the time.
Yeah, that's right. It's not like these things are science machines that can do calculations. But more fairly, the explanation is that some of the files have different levels of compression to them, so it can take longer to scan a particular megabyte on one file than another file. So that's why they can't really estimate these times very well for us. All right, looking at chat. Somebody noticed that download was in 2021. Lon Dog referring to himself as a guy who just wanted to sit back quiet for a while. He's not doing very well. Yeah, I haven't read out loud all of your stuff. Anything a competitor does is unwanted, just saying. That's the link that we already went to with Zavi, I'm pretty sure. Just double check that. Yes. And Wintermute with another link. Tech support firms will pay $26 million to settle FTC charges that they deceive customers into buying repair services. Yeah, because that's a thing. 2 tech support companies. Restoro. Oh, so Restoro is one of them. Aha, very good. Nice catch. Thank you for giving us that. Wintermute. both based inside. They have to that one and Reimage Cypress Limited, Restoro Cypress Limited, and Reimage Cypress Limited. Anybody want to venture a guess? It's the same owners, both based in Cyprus.
Well, you know, if you can't fool people one way, you try another. That's all.
Yeah. Well, good to know that they're being held to account for that. I did not read through that very closely, so if there's something in there that is worth highlighting more, let me know. Installing current version of Windows 11, so they would redo the partitions if needed. That also happened when Iran Israel upgraded from Windows 10 1909 to 2004. Don't call it 2004. How many people had that same struggle when they first got to the year 2000 for versions of Windows 10? It actually created a new, larger recovery partition. Now that's going when you're upgrading from one version of Windows 10 to another, but doing the installing a patch, a KB number during a monthly update, that's not substantial enough of an operation, I would think, for them to try to resize the partition. Create a new, larger recovery partition. Lawn Dog's running a scan with Malware Bytes. Wintermute gets a gold star. Is that 10 points or 1 point when the point system is actually here? Somebody, that kind of topic came up when I was talking about point system. Maybe 10 points should be the basic, because that way I could give somebody half credit. I could give them 5 points for something that was worth mentioning, but not quite a full value. I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. Oh, that's not gold stars. Wintermute's got red stars in chat. What else are we going to do while this scan is running? I don't know if we're going to let it run the whole time. Maybe.
Well, I have a funny feeling let's see, it's now a little after my local time. It's a little after 3. It might get done by 4 o'clock, but I wouldn't bet on it. Right
now, it's claiming that it will. Predicting 42 minutes remaining. Brian Lightfoot gives the gold stars. There you go. Back to the topics to see if there's something else. So Bett Moore's not with us apparently. Talked about that. 3 recent scam issues is the only thing there. I do still have that my virtual computer up with those tabs open regarding that unictia.com. And I do remember there was something that after I talked about that on Friday or whenever that was, I realized there's a piece of that story that I didn't tell you. And I told you I thought that my client might be actually being targeted because of the number of emails that they have gotten that are to a specific individual and have some body content that sounds specific. I mean, they could just be using variables to populate that stuff. But on that particular thing, let me bring that up over here, was the email that came to my client, and I don't have that set where I can bring it up right now. It is here, but I don't have the blur set up. The email came to him. I mentioned during that stream that there was no from address. And when I go to inspect the details on the web page of that email, there is no from in the header for the email, and that's always supposed to be there. And I was thinking, how could that be? Well, I think the answer to it is that what it did say for who was sending the message was their internal voicemail system, because their email service provider is the same company that's providing their internet service, and that's the same company that provides their phone system. And it has the capability of sending somebody an email or a text message when they have a voicemail waiting or when they have received a fax, a digital fax. So their system is supposed to be able to do that. My client doesn't use that capability. Certain people within this office get emails claiming to be a new fax, and it's always an attachment, an HTML attachment that winds up asking for their email credentials. And they also get voice message emails. And I haven't looked at all the other emails to verify that they don't have a from address, but I think that is the case. And I think it's a vulnerability within that telephone, that digital telephone system, because of its close connection and association with the email provider, that gets those messages arriving in their inbox. And it doesn't actually go through the internet as an email. So that implies to me that their phone provider, internet provider, mail host has fallen victim to some kind of a vulnerability that is causing these messages to occur. And while I was pursuing this, I was wondering, is this actually a legitimate notification of a fax or a voice message? And I wound up saying, not possible. I don't buy that, because here, this particular domain name had only been created a couple days prior to my client getting that particular message. Let's see, they're using Cloudflare. Does this indicate a country? Sometimes there's a country indication of where the site is based. I don't see anything there designating country. I just find it, I'm hard pressed to believe that that is associated with this US-based email, internet service, phone system provider. Oh, here, Arizona. But it totally does not make sense that a message that's put into my client's inbox by this service would then ask for my client's email credentials. And it's also on my mind that possibly I will reach out to them, open a service ticket with them, asking them to investigate this. I'm a little reluctant to spend my time fixing their problem.
The who has info is the registrar's, not the actual owner of the domain.
Okay, Ran. So that the who is information is the info of the registrars, not the actual owner of the domain. And you can have the privacy thing in place, but if you don't have the privacy thing in place, I have had my own domain, my own name show up as the owner of the domain, not the registrar. The registrar is the service that's, okay, so namesilo.com is not the owner of the domain. Let's see, domain Unictia. Yeah, it's not the registrar that we're interested in. It's down Who is reseller? Registrant, registry registrant, redacted for privacy. Here's where it would show up if they didn't have the privacy selection. That's where the domain owner's identity would be visible. Registrant street, registrant name redacted, registrant street. Yes, this could be phony information. Well, it's a private mailbox number, so it's not a U.S. Postal Service. So yeah, they're hiding behind, this is Privacy Guardian. Yeah, this address would be Privacy Guardian. So the actual owner of the domain is being hidden. This registrant phone number would also be Privacy Guardian. And this email address, Privacy Guardian. Yeah, so we get nothing about who that actually is. And that actually could be somebody based out of country. Let's see, where do we go to here? Let's minimize that. Back to chat. One dog, wow, I'm very surprised Malwarebytes is giving me a clean bill of health, not even any pups or pums. Very interesting and puts my thinking at this time with more confidence in the current protection with Windows Defender, whatever they're calling this is. Yeah, if I didn't have that particular potentially unwanted program, Baby Beast would have come up clean. You should be able to decode the mail headers and see what IP address the email was initiated from. Well, that's the thing. There was no email header. It was not a normal email header. Now, let me see if I can bring that up. I'm not sure if I have that open over there to show it to you. I'm looking on another screen. No, in order to see, I couldn't even, I tried forwarding that message to me and I could not even forward it. So the only way I can show it to you is actually open up my client's inbox on the virtual computer and pre-set up some blurs to show that to you. And that I think I want to do that because I'd like to see what the rest of the minds in the community think about that. But I need to make sure I got that all blurred well. And I don't have that actually open right now in that virtual PC. On Doug, I will say this about Malwarebytes. They're making it less user-friendly to point the product at a specific drive. It isn't easy to find to point the scan to another drive, but it's there somewhere. Yeah, they did use the privacy feature for obviously reasons. We're criminals. Can we use the privacy feature, please? So I'm trying to tinker with Malwarebytes and finding it a little bit less user-friendly. For example, running a scan on another drive and doing it immediately. For some reason, they're pushing me to a scheduler program which doesn't appear to have a button to click for like scan now. All right, well, I'll go take a look at that. Can I? The Windows Defender scan is finished. In 16 minutes and 6 seconds, it finished. 0 threats found, so it did not find that file. It did not report on that potentially unwanted program. And I don't perceive that Windows Security, Windows Defender, Microsoft Defender, whatever the heck you want to call it these days. I don't see that it claims, and I don't want it to claim to go after potentially unwanted programs. I want it to go after actual viruses, actual malware. Now, another thing that we can do is if somebody comes across a specific malware or even virus, we could infect the virtual computer with it and see how these products handle that. Let's see, this scan result buttons was for malware bytes. We already saw that. Let's go back and minimize that. Oh, it's the question was malware bytes for doing a specific drive scan. Potentially harmful or unwanted. If you close your scan results, these items will stay on your computer and appear in future scans. Let's actually cancel the closing of that and let it quarantine. There's scan scheduler, and there's reports. Now, scan scheduler. If I schedule a scan, custom scan, if you want to do a specific drive, that would be in custom. Here's the different drive letters. So I'll just click on the G drive, for instance, and tell it what I want it to scan. I don't see that as difficult to find. That was pretty easy to find those checkboxes. Potentially I want to program treat detections as malware. So here we can actually tell it to treat PUMs or pups as malware, and that was the default, right? Ignore detections. So this ignore detections would be just ignoring pups, and this would be ignore detections of PUMs. And scan for rootkits, we can turn that on. I don't even recall what my G drive is on that computer. There is no G drive. How about that? Why is it offering the G drive when I don't have a G drive? Gee, I don't know. There is an E drive. It's the system reserved. I think I assigned a drive letter to that to poke around and see what's in the system reserved partition. Now I have an M drive. Did it offer the M drive? Yeah, it did. Let's just, well, Mondog is wanting to do a separate drive. Now these triangles here, it looks like I can expand them and just go to certain files. So on my backup drive, and I can rotate this one, and no, there's no subfolders of Macrium backup, so I can't do individual files from here. I can only choose drives and folders. Rootkit scan. Oh, let's cancel out of that. Let's go back. Let's do the rootkit scan on the C drive. Yeah, you can pick particular folders. I don't have any complaint about that. Customization of scan looked fine to me. And custom scan is enabled. I didn't pick a date or time. Oh, here, at start date, start time, idle time. Doesn't let me choose a specific time. I should be able to tell it to run it now, couldn't I? No, I don't see that. This was all on scan scheduler. If I go to scan, that's just scan complete. Oh, it's just starting the scan right there. This didn't let me do a custom scan. All right, who do we got here? Gary Weisenberger. Hello, sir. Is he attached to audio yet? Hello, Gary. He's not talking to me. All right, go catch up with chat.
There.
Oh, there he is.
It was half connected.
Half connected. Sounds like you've got maybe the video still audible. Engineer's brain, looking at your, looks like a shirt. Problem-solving function, coffee, location, sensor, scientific calculator, sarcasm cortex, arguing skills, mostly active integrity. Those are two separate regions. Dislike for stupid people, potential energy calculator. Did you have any comments or topics to bring to us, Gary?
Actually, well, one on Fender. Not that I'm defending it,
All right, Dad.
you didn't actually have it to check folders. You only check running programs and files. You want to do a custom scan, and you just pick like the drive or the folder.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
that makes total sense. Let's go back there.
And I actually downloaded it while I was watching, and it wouldn't let me download. Well, it told me it was bad. Don't download.
You trying to download malware bytes or what?
No, Restoro.
Oh, Restoro. All right.
Yeah, of course, I found it on a hacker site because you can't find it on the web anymore.
Okay. Wait a minute. You can't find Restoro on the web anymore?
Everywhere I looked, it was off.
Oh, all right. Full scan says checks all files and running programs on your hard disk.
You want to do custom scan.
All right. Well, that one that says checks all files, I was taking that to mean that it is checking all files, not just the ones that are open and running. But let's go ahead and see what happens here. I'll select the C drive. And so it's gonna give a total number of files scanned. I didn't notice how many files were scanned in the previous scan. That would certainly be a way of saying whether it was only open active files or whether it was all of them.
I'm up over 1 million files because I'm running mine just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
On the C drive.
If somebody cares to scrub back in the video and see what the total number of files were in that prior scan, that would be helpful. Lawn Dog says he scanning another drive, which is a storage drive, 4 terabyte mechanical hard drive. I set the timer for a few minutes ahead, so he found a way to set a timer.
Actually, I got one related to the one you had with Thackeray last week or week before. At Temple, we had somebody, we have a newsletter, and one of our editors of the newsletter sent out too many emails of congregants. All the people got emails telling them to use this link to Amazon to buy things. It's a legitimate link, but it's to somebody else instead of the one we have set up for the temple.
Oh.
So you put it on your desktop and you'll get all the money instead of us.
1687160 files scanned.
And send it to all your friends in the temple that we didn't get to. So everybody got the new, in other words, so if you buy something on Amazon, we get the influencer fee. Right. And now someone's hijacked it.
Wow. Yeah, so that's a problem.
It's illegitimate, but it is not what they did was wrong, but it's a real Amazon.
Yeah, it's a real Amazon link, but it's not the one that was supposed to be done for the temple. So was that somebody hijacking the email list for their own purposes?
Yeah. They got on our newsletter and somebody sent out, here's 50 people that do this, 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 and this, and this. Yeah. Then those 50 people send it out to, make sure everybody else has this. So,
All right.
It's the new one. And it finally got to us and, directors and said, hey, what's going on? When did you change that? What are you talking about? We did.
All right. Okay, thank you, Ida. I think Ida is telling me that my previous number of files scanned was 322,000. Rand Israel is saying 1 million files scanned. I'm suspecting that's for him. Ida saying
I'm at
malware
2.
bytes. Oh, so Ida is saying malware bytes did 322,000 on my computer. And what was the prior for Windows Defender? At this point, Windows Defender is showing 430,000. Rand says it was my Windows Defender was 1 million. See, yeah, 1,687,160 files. And that was
Sounds a lot. Sounds right.
Yeah. So, but that is contrary to what you were saying, Gary, that you thought it was only scanning files that were in use.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know. I should have caught it. I don't know why I didn't. Caught it on mine. But
All right. Yeah, I think it did scan all of the files. Now, because Malwarebytes is installed on Baby Beast, is Windows Defender not looking for pups and pums?
I actually. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You have it installed. It should have shut off Windows Defender, we suspect.
Well, it did, but it gave me, Windows Defender gave me the opportunity to turn Windows Defender back on while Malwarebytes was still present. Now, it's the free version of Malwarebytes, which says it does not protect 24/7, except that I'm on a 1-week trial of the full version, so it should be protecting in the background. But anyway, I guess I'm just saying that I'm not totally certain that Windows Defender is totally independent right now, since Malwarebytes is there.
Because I have something. This is a personal thing with me. I've been trying to get everybody that says they have a third-party antivirus malware, whatever you want to call it. Then they tell me they can shut off Windows Defender. I state they cannot, and I've not seen it not run. If you look on a system with a third party, you will see anti-malware service running continuously, and that is, I've not seen it not run on any machine.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that, and we're going to bring it up here in Task Manager. And I've seen it in many cases possibly misbehaving with taking up a lot of processing time. Yeah. So anyone who refers to Windows Defender as a resource hog, I don't think I will argue against them on that point.
But it's going to be at the very top. It's not the smart screen. It's going to be anti-malware service. Starts with an A.
Well, it's at the top when you not when you sort. Let's see. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, there it is. Anti-malware service executable. Yeah, in the background processes section. And I'd wonder how these numbers show. Right now on Big Beast, it's showing 205 megabytes of memory in use, and there we got a 0.1% of CPU utilization. I'm going to go bring that up on Baby Beast. Right, click on the taskbar, Task Manager, and while it's running a scan, see what it's showing. Anti-malware service executable, 80% CPU, and 657 megabytes of memory, disk. But it's actually running a scan right now, so of course those numbers are going to be high. But there's other components that show up in Task Manager other than anti-malware service executable. I
That's correct, but
I can't name them off, but I will frequently, when I'm working on a computer that is reportedly sluggish, I will sort by the CPU column, the memory column, and the disk column to see what's going on. And I have come across times where I've seen a lot of CPU taken up with some form of what I'll call Windows Defender, going by various different names. And I've also seen that with some form of the name Windows indexing service, taking unreasonable amount of processing time. And on a couple occasions, I pursued fixing that by turning it off and turning it back on and let it rebuild from scratch. I'm kind of scrolling through this list, only paying half attention. Oh, they're not even seeing me scroll through this list. I was scrolling through it on Big Beast. They're wondering, what are you talking about, Doug? You're not scrolling through anything. Yeah, they were back to Baby Beast. Yeah, Gary, were you asking the chat room if there are anti-malware services running?
yep. I want to see if anybody says it's not running. It has, well, it's not a service running. I want to see it not running. I've never seen it not running on any system.
Yeah. So whatever, if people in the chat room are watching, even if you haven't been active in chat, go into Task Manager and scroll down to that background processes, looking for anti-malware service. If you find that it's running and you have some third-party antivirus product or anti-malware product, that's when we really want to know. If you don't have any pardon me?
That is actually hooked into the HAL. I have not been able to get rid of it on a running machine.
Okay, so here's Selden Ball saying it's not running on his computer, and he uses Komodo antivirus.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I apologize. Yeah, I've never ever seen that. It is not anywhere on there in Task Manager.
Can you, Selden, would you do us a great favor? Make sure you're sorted by the name column, and then scroll down to your background processes to show that area alphabetically, and do a screenshot or do a cell phone photo and send it to my email address there. Then let us know in chat that you sent it. We'd like very much to see that and document it.
I just said it's not running either on 360. I've never seen it on Norton. I've seen it running on Norton.
You have seen it running on Norton. Yeah, so the same request to Ida. And Zavi says it's not running with ESET. So there's three.
It is running with ESET, you said.
Oh, it is running with ESET. Thank you. And Ida says it's not running with Norton 360. Yeah, please, it's not a question of believing you or not. It's a question of wanting to document it in the video. Please, if you would, send a photo or a screenshot. One dog, the word they use. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've actually, just to play with it, I mean, not, spending hours. We've tried taking it off on a Linux box, and then starting Windows, it will not start. It crashed it.
I'm not sure. Did you say Linux?
Yeah, no, on a Linux box, we've tried taking it off. Put it as a secondary drive, take Defender off. It will not start without that process. You trash your system.
Oh, if you in task on that process, you can't start Windows Defender. Is that what you're saying?
You can't even end task through Microsoft. So you can't end that task through Microsoft. Go ahead. It won't even give you the option in the service or the process.
All right. I'll bring that up on screen. So I'll right click on the anti-malware service executable. There is an in-task option.
Go ahead. Try it.
And then there's this child one has stop. as an option for stop. So I'm going to try first for, well, I've got it running a scan right now. Do I really want to?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, because I
Guarantee
think
it won't stop.
we've answered the question. The reason why I'm doing that scan to see if it's different. It doesn't look like it's different. So then we'll stop that. Try to stop that service. Operation could not be completed. Access is denied. And then on the parent end task, operation could not be completed. Access denied. Sure enough. And then
if
if
you go to the
services, okay.
Yeah, go to.
I was just thinking the same thing. And then go to that anti-malware. It's not listed in here as anti-malware service.
It'll be under Windows Defender.
Okay. Windows Defender Firewall shows running. Windows Defender Advanced Threat Protection Service shows manual and not running.
Let me see what it is. Oh, yeah.
If I go to details for the malware service, it's MSMP engine. And it's not listed in services as that. The malware service out here.
Should be Microsoft Defender Antivirus Service.
Okay, Microsoft Defender Antivirus Service. That's what it is. So I should be able, yeah, this doesn't even give me the options to stop the service. And then properties, startup type, I can't even change the startup type. It depends on the remote procedure call service. I don't think that's any significant. No, let's see where I'm at in chat. Looking back at chat.
Oh. See what Sheldon sent.
Email sent. Okay, great. Just noticed this from Greg M. Oh, for friggin' sake, FedEx and Ground supposedly could not figure out the buzzer code on the intercom. They never tried the apartment number. Appear as stopped on services. I'm not sure. I think Ida's referring to her computer there. Not running Norton 360. I think she meant the anti-malware is not running while she has Norton 360. Okay, so Selden Baum. Let's go look at that. Another email came in just when I clicked on his email. I said, well, that's not what I asked for. It's actually somebody else's email. Now, let's see here. Here we go. So here's Selden Ball's screenshot in Task Manager, sorted by the name column. We know a name column. We know that because of this up arrow on that column heading. We're in background processes, and anti-malware service is not there. Background process, he has 61, Baby Beast has 87, and comparing Baby Beast to Selden's. Application frame host. Selden does have that. So the anti-malware service executable would be above that. He's got nothing above application frame host. Oh, that's a zoom. Okay, Gary, you stand corrected. You, Gary. Oh, he's muted.
Agreed, I do.
Okay.
I've never seen that.
All right. Well, now on that point, Gary, is it possible you've never seen that because the computers you look at are largely within your corporation, within your family and close? Say again?
Yes and yes, but this is kind of a pet peeve I've been on for about 5 years because I've never seen anybody be able to shut it off, to be honest.
Okay.
I've never seen Defender, because if that's not running, Defender's not running. I've never seen Defender complete out of the hell. I cannot find a way to do it myself.
Yeah.
Command.
Yeah, I would suspect it's got to be those third-party products. They do have a way of doing it.
But they had to put something in place. I don't understand how it's not at least hooked in.
I'd be thinking that there must be some form of capability that is allowed from Microsoft that maybe some products don't utilize. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
interesting question.
Just to throw something out, I mean, it took the EU to get you to get rid of Edge. It took a whole continent to get rid of Edge out of Microsoft. Right. So you think they got rid of Defender by their own sweet, hey guys, we're gonna get rid of Defender for you, no problem.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to know how that happened.
We have tools at work where, like, we don't set computers up rarely. I mean, oh god, maybe one a week at best. Is we order them pre-set up. Our computers, when we buy them from the vendor, if we minimum 100 order at a time, they come with our setup on the drive. We send it to them. The updates happen, and again, that's pushed down to you automatically. You don't even know about it. We just don't have the manpower to have you just, somebody sitting there feeding system and sysprep into it all day. Or we actually are trying to Intune now, finally, changing out the product we were using.
Are you? All right.
But because it added our other products. But anyway, not seeing that. But this is something I'm a background programmer. I don't do reports. I do services. I mean, so I've never seen that. I am flabbergasted.
All right, my attention back on chat. Let's see. What deliveries? Oh, I was talking about the delivery driver. Is the word that I used earlier, third-party antivirus products, the words that are used, they call Windows Defender being suppressed, what that exactly means. But I absolutely 100% agree with Gary. Microsoft doesn't want you to potentially can you turn off Defender. There's also some caveats. Yeah, let's move on. Arnold Albert, thoughts on buying a CPU or computer parts from AliExpress? AliExpress, that's China, isn't it?
More or less, yeah. You have to be very, very knowledgeable about what you're doing.
Yeah.
For the average person, I would not recommend that.
Yeah, I'd be very leery of that. Now, I think you can find parts for a lot cheaper than what you might find on Amazon, for instance, or other common sites. But
yeah, generally speaking, but you really have to be careful about that. Half the time, you're waiting weeks for the parts. Again, you have to be very knowledgeable with hardware to really shop confidently on AliExpress.
Yeah, I
won't do it.
I think that's a very fair comment, and I would support that entirely. Don't know why Arnold is asking. I'm guessing that he's attracted to those prices, but that's very much buyer beware.
I would not use
My impression.
AliExpress. I would not use AliExpress, but if they were advertising a name brand product with a lot of reviews, maybe. But usually it's a product you've never heard of. Instead of Samsung, it's Samsung. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's some Chinese half-ass knockoff something
Right.
or other. Yeah. You got to be very careful with that stuff.
Yeah. And even I would think the number of reviews, be careful about that because they could be purchased reviews. So if they're all glowing reports with no troubles, I'd be more suspicious of that than seeing reviews that seem more realistic, believable.
Yeah,
But still.
I don't trust fives anymore than I trust ones.
Yeah. So
I mean, Amazon still sells a ton of bad flash drives.
yeah. Oh, certainly. There's plenty of stuff that you can get off of Amazon that is less than satisfactory. I always try to do the things that are listed on their Prime, and have had very good experiences with that. If I have an option of buying something that's not on the Prime program, I resist that significantly.
I have a rule that I don't. If it's not shipped by Amazon, I don't buy it.
Yeah, that's the other piece. So the ones that are even sold by Amazon, shipped by Amazon, that would be my favorite. Sold by a third party, shipped by Amazon, that would be probably my next list, and Prime. Sold by Amazon, shipped by Amazon, but not Prime might be the next thing, but sold by a third party, not shipped by Amazon, and not on Prime, I'm really reluctant to do that. Let's see, what do we got here? Going back to chat. MSRT is still a thing. What? MSRT, help me. Microsoft what? Microsoft rights?
Software removal tool.
Software removal tool, yeah. Chinese knockoffs, yada yada. Electronics for a hobby. Videos who intentionally ordered inexpensive stuff from AliExpress showing they were scammed with counterfeit modified version. I think Kerry's done that a few times, hasn't he?
He's done a couple of them, yeah. Some of them have not turned out very well.
Yeah. Bought lots of stuff on AliExpress, but not electronics except for well-known Chinese brands. And Arnold was the one that was originally asking that question. Arnold, why are you asking the question? Is it just because you're attracted for the prices or some other reason? John here is saying he's seen Kerry use AliExpress a few times. And I think he knows that he's taking a gamble when he does that. I think pretty sure he's told us that.
Well, that's why he made the video in the first place.
Yeah, that was
is to show you. I mean, if you want to roll the dice, these are the problems you're going to wind up with.
Yeah. Here's something. Zavita Gary saying, try at your own risk. I didn't try. Zavi didn't try. What is this? A GitHub? Oh, for removing Defender.
It doesn't look like it would remove the anti-malware anyway. I'm actually looking at the code.
Oh, you're looking at the code for that now?
Yeah, the registry entries.
And what did you say it does?
It'll remove everything but the malware, it looks like. I haven't seen that
Everything
yet.
except the malware. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Everything except their malware detection engine, the anti-malware. You're saying it does not remove the anti-malware service executable. All right.
I'm not seeing it yet. I'm looking at them.
Or, yeah, at least you haven't seen the code that says that yet. Arnold Albert says he was watching another YouTuber discuss his purchase of a CPU that's working well, and today he's discussing another CPU. Not sure if this one is dodgy. I would suspect that sometimes you score on AliExpress, and and you have an okay to good experience. Danielle says there's an Australian YouTuber that uses some stuff from AliExpress and will review it. Sometimes orders 10 CPU coolers in bulk to get a good deal. Forget his name. He often recycles old PCs.
Brian Tech Yes City. And he is in Australia.
What's the name?
Tech Yes City is the YouTube channel.
Tech Yes City. All right, looking for that. TECH. Whoops. TECH. Yes City. Ah, got a suggested search for that. Yeah, Tech Yes City. 1.8 thousand videos, 583,000 subscribers. I'm assuming that was
yeah. I have my issues with him doing the recycling the old PC parts thing, because a lot of what he's recycling and reselling, none of it is qualified for Windows 11.
Yeah.
So I have my issues with that.
Understood. Danielle confirms that's who she was thinking of. I don't think we had anything to go back to on Baby Beast, did we? We finished that scan. We've seen what Malware Bytes does on it. If it found stuff on Baby Beast, then I was potentially going to give it a try on Big Beast, but I don't see any reason to go down that road. Still interested if people find things that are detected with any third-party product. I would love to have you send some screenshots, some detailed information, and see what I can replicate in the virtual PC to see how Windows Defender handles those issues.
Oh, by the way, Doug, I caught up on your Friday show late last night because quick aside, YouTube is now re-notifying me. Like at lunch, I get notified, oh, you're going live. I'm in Michigan at 12 o'clock because you're at 9. That's cool. But like at 7 or 8 or 9 o'clock, I'm getting a YouTube notification that you've uploaded your live stream from 12 o'clock or your 9 o'clock.
Uploaded.
That's what it's calling it.
Well, you know what? I had a similar experience with Ken Stout live. I've seen that come through a couple times where the following morning I get a notification that he's uploaded and it's his live show.
Yeah, Rand Israel's talking about those. We have those in our servers right now. Not servers, but in our compiler machines for automotive.
All right, and prior to that, Greg M, I think, is saying that he's seeing that same thing that you just brought up, Gary, of seeing that somebody uploaded in Selden Ball. I get those same 2 videos uploaded by Doug. Ken Stout also says getting the same thing. Gary is getting usually around midnight his time. Now this thing from Rand Israel, anybody needs an extra bit of storage?
Well, because we have 64 gig SSDs now, Gen 4. So what we do is we pull down the build off the servers, we put it there, do the build on the machine. So I'd refer with 1 terabyte of memory.
You have 64.
So it takes 16 hours to generate the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gary, you totally lost me. I was still stuck on, what, 64 gig SSDs, you said? Terabyte.
64 terabyte
oh, okay.
SSD.
I thought I heard gig. I go, what?
Maybe I misspoke, but terabyte.
All right. Okay, terabyte.
And we download them, and we compile it on a machine that has 1 terabyte of storage. It takes 16 hours to generate the whole system.
You know, actually, that's been something that's been on my list to do, or you kind of touch on it, because I have Magnus Box set up with many of my clients, and I'd anticipate if I ever have to do a recovery, that's a long recovery. So typically when I have Magnus Box backups, I also have local external backups, and that's going to be my preferred recovery source. But we have cloud backup through Magnusbox in case, all the local equipment is destroyed. And I figure if I get a client that has that situation, restoring their computers is probably not going to be the most significant problem to their business.
No, as a quick aside, matter of fact, this got hit. My wife just got hit because her insurance came due. They're actually selling the information now. The people who might be monitoring your newer cars are selling your driving information. Matter of fact, one of the number one people selling it to the insurance industry is LexisNexis, data brokers.
Yeah.
So if you hit 90 yesterday, in about 3 months, your insurance company will be able to buy that. And your rates will go up. The reason I found it humorous is they told my wife her driving habits. The problem is she does not have anything go out of her cars because somebody knows how to turn it off of her cars.
Okay.
And she said, show me. That's why you were joking a minute ago. You don't read the thing, start reading them now because they tell you what they're taking.
Yeah, the agreements. I've actually read all the way through some of the legalese agreements. That stuff that I was reading through that I said I usually don't was just the blurbs as you're installing something. And I had one. What was it? One. During COVID, when the government was offering like grants or zero interest loans and stuff to business, I looked into that and read through the detail, and the state of California had a grant that I don't remember if they called it a grant or loan, but you had to connect with a online payment vendor that would get access to your bank account, and the detail of that said that they were authorized to collect all of your transactions from your account and utilize them in their pursuits. I'm totally paraphrasing, but basically that was the bottom line, that they were getting full access.
Actually, I had the reason I brought that up anyway, I saw your video last night, real quick. I think it was about the ChromeBook. And I, back in my head, said, I don't think Log Me On Rescue works with Chromebooks. And I went and they say they unequivocally do not work with Chromebooks. Might want to check on that for you. It's a lot of hours.
The information I found said they do. So I haven't completed that setup. Well, actually, not Log Me and Rescue, but Log Me In.
Right, me. You're right.
Just logmein.com to be able, because that's what this person wants to do, is connect from this Chromebook to
I understand,
the office computer. But I also will try and see if I can set it up with Log Me and Rescue. So your information says it doesn't work.
Yep, and that was at logmein.ie, I think. It's where you go when you download your stuff. It's one of their.
All right. Logmein.ie. Logmein123.com is the site that I go to on a client computer to establish have them put in the 6-digit code and get the connection established. Well, I see that we are at the time limit. I've got 3 Dougs back here on the other side of the monitors screaming at me to shut down the show.
Have a good Sunday.
I'd have, let's see, what's John say? Martin Hogg, hello. And John, I'd have that notification a few times as well about the uploads. I got a notification 1 a.m. last night from YouTube saying Doug has loaded a live stream. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. All right. Jim and Gary, do me a favor and say goodbye to the audience.
Have a good Sunday.
Good night, John Boy.
All right. Shutting that down and coming back here. There's the email address. You can send a question by email or a comment on any of my videos or ask a question in the chat room. The biggest reason for this channel to exist is to try to help people quickly with issues that they're having on their computers, whether we can give you the answer or ideas to get you to an answer or try to help walk you through it. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.